Welcome to the More Phenomenal podcast. We talk all things Power Rangers, including action figures, comics, movies,
Yeah,
games.
games.
Games,
We need to
yeah.
talk about more games if
We
there
need to
were.
talk about more games
Yeah, we
and
could
more.
we
I'll
could
look up
play
some
some more
games.
games. Yeah,
We'll look up some games for next week. We'll see what we.
I bet we could find like a Sega Genesis game and we could play it on the computer.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what you got, Power Rangers.
Yeah. Not a lot of games this week.
Show us your game. No, I played the crap out of the new Spider-Man, but
Like the Miles Morales one,
yeah,
or
yeah,
is it good?
it's great. It's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All
So,
right, Power Rangers Jungle Fury.
yeah, I like this episode.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
I like
So-
Jungle Fury. Every time we come back to it, I'm like, I forget how fun you guys are. You know, like the
I
team.
This is my first time watching them.
Yeah,
I-
but they're fun. They have a fun vibe.
Yeah,
They're at a
it's fun.
pizza parlor. You know.
They work at a pizza parlor. Well, you can always count on Jungle Fury having some really great choreography. Their martial arts are on point.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's very kung
I did
fu.
notice that there was a lot more choreography in this one.
Oh yeah, because they go to a kung fu school, so they're not going to let you down.
Ooh.
You know.
Episode 7, pizza slice of life.
Hmm.
Yeah. Does it? Okay, so it opens with them at the pizza place, right? And RJ, their mentor, is leaving, and they're like, "Where you going, dude?" And he's like, "I'm
Right.
going fly fishing." And they're like, "But you care about the environment and people and like animals. What are you doing that for?"
Yeah,
And he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go mess up everyone else who's fly fishing. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
make sure no
I
fish are
love
caught."
that. That's so funny.
Yeah, what was his plan to do that again? I can't remember, but he had some.
He's gonna go and stir the fish so none
Oh
of
right,
them, so they all swim away and they aren't in the lake
that was
or
Benny.
river, or I don't really know how fly fishing works.
I want to see that story.
Yeah,
Why
Of
did they
them
try
trying to get
cut
him.
that?
Yeah, them trying to like this fly fishing organization or contest or whatever's going on, like trying to get this what they think this crazy guy, you know,
maybe
out
he
of
had
the.
to morph and like fight a bunch of fishermen.
Yeah,
Is he a Power Ranger or like?
yeah. He
Oh,
be,
okay.
not yet, but
Not
he
yet.
becomes the Purple Ranger.
Yeah.
There's a purple one.
Yeah,
He's the Wolf Ranger.
yeah. Look him up. He looks really cool.
Cool.
Man, that's my favorite color.
Yeah, Purple Wolf,
Ranger,
right?
the only Purple Ranger, I think.
Yeah.
Ranger.
But he's like,
There's
You
a
fa-
girl.
there's a girl. What?
It's got the toy has a skirt.
What Purple Ranger are you looking at?
I don't know.
Show,
Well, no,
show
it
us
says
the phone.
RJ.
Yeah, show us the picture.
That's
Oh, that's from Dino Charge.
yeah, that is a Purple Ranger.
Oh.
That is
Okay.
that's the other Purple Ranger.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
instantly wrong.
Yeah, we were already wrong. Yeah.
I'm already wrong. Okay, I
No,
just
no,
looked
no,
at-
we were wrong. We were wrong.
Oh, you
Yeah,
were
true. We were
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
is this him?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the.
Not even as purple.
Yeah, I feel like now the Dino Charge Purple Ranger blew him out of the water.
Yeah.
Well, now I want to do this. If I cosplay, this is the one I'm doing.
She wears glasses. Look at her.
Yeah.
Look her up when she's not wearing her.
Yeah, I
costume.
should.
Yeah. She's a nerd. She's like their
It's
Billy.
Billy.
She's their
Yeah.
Billy. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's me as a Power Ranger. I didn't even know she existed.
I know.
Yeah, she's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, now I need to watch an episode so I
Alright.
can learn more
Well,
about
we haven't never seen an episode with her as a
Yeah.
Power Ranger.
I've never seen an episode where she becomes the Purple Ranger.
I
So
haven't. Yeah, we should watch
Well,
it.
add that to the list next week.
There
There we go.
it. Anyway, now I'm excited that there's purple.
So,
But yeah, so pre-Purple Ranger.
yeah, so he's leaving. Then he decides he's like, "Who's in charge?" And Leah or Theo, the Blue Ranger, the witty guy, he's like,
Mhm.
"Well, I should be in charge."
Mhm.
But then
Naturally.
He so much wants to be in charge.
instantly, the Red Ranger walks in, and he's like, "Well, I mean, he's the Red Ranger. He's in charge."
Yeah, he's the Red Ranger. So, but I like how he's a classic. Like, whoa, well, I don't even want responsibility. Like, what's his name? I can't remember.
Casey, right?
Red Ranger. Casey. Sometimes I wonder if Casey's from New Zealand and like he adopted this like that accent is his attempt at masking it, you know. Because sometimes he
Yeah.
really leans into it hard, but I like it. I mean, like he, you know, it suits the character.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like sometimes he's just like super. I don't even know what to describe it. Like cartoon protagonist. You know, what's
Yeah.
up, guys? I can skateboard and do karate. But
I
anyway,
do like this team.
they're great. They're a great
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I like Fran.
She's
Yeah.
great.
She's the comedy relief other person who works at the pizza place.
She poor gal.
Yeah, she gets through it this week, but
Yeah.
she makes it out okay at the end.
Yeah, totally.
Well, the Rangers and their plot with like having to run the pizza restaurant after RJ leaves, it didn't really feel like the highlight of the episode, in my opinion. That felt like it kind of took a back seat to Camille.
Oh
And
yes. Yeah.
I feel like Camille. It was her
This
episode.
was more of a her episode.
Yeah, and
I feel
she's
so
like
bad for her.
You should feel bad for her. Yeah, she's very
I
tragic.
mean, I know she's a bad guy, but like she's like a bad guy who's trying to be bad for this
She's
bad
not that
guy.
bad,
This
yeah.
badder guy. This badder guy has no care in the world for her.
Oh no, yeah, that guy's super evil. But Camille's a great character. She's a great villain.
Mhm.
It'd be great to have a toy of her in her chameleon form.
Now
But-
I figured out that the guy she's fighting, or well, the badder guy is a panther. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
The badder guy.
Daishi.
Daishi,
Yeah, that guy.
yeah.
He's like a panther. And then the other guy she's fighting because he's a traitor is a snake. But what is she?
She's a chameleon.
Oh, she's a chameleon. Oh, 'cause
Yeah.
Camille.
her name is Camille. Got it.
Yeah.
yeah.
The entire time I'm like, what is she?
Yeah, she's a chameleon. I like how her helmet has an opposable mouth. I thought that was cool.
that was
Like,
cool.
Before we get to that, I do
Yeah.
like when Casey. I just looked him up. He's an Australian actor, so
Okay, nailed it.
nailed it.
Ozzy.
Yep. He was like, "We're all in charge. We're all doing stuff."
Yeah, he didn't want to be in charge.
Yeah, but then
No.
they're like, "Why don't you be the waiter, Theo?" And he's like, "I don't want to be the waiter." And he's like, "Okay." Well, Lily was like, "Well, I'm gonna get all the tips then." And he's like, "Whoa! I forgot about
Wait a
tips."
Yeah, I'll be the head waiter.
No, he calls himself. He's like vice president of customer relations. You know.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. You know,
That was
those,
pretty good. That was
those
That
little
was a good
moments
line.
are is what makes this season good.
well, they nailed their whole like kitchen chaos thing. Of course, you know, like stepping on each other's toes and stuff.
Mhm.
But when they burned the pizza, I couldn't help but feel like a fire extinguisher is just going to make this worse. You know, it's like I would take charred pizza over you getting a fire extinguisher in the oven. Like we're gonna have to shut down business for the rest of the day, Fran. Like think about what you're doing, you know. But anyway,
But I thought this was. Then it cuts to what I thought was the coolest scene.
yes,
Is Camille just walking around the hallways of the evil
Or
mansion?
bad guy bodega.
Yeah.
Or Bagoda.
Yeah.
Bagoda.
Mm.
No. Anyway, forget it.
Yeah. And then and then this what was he, a panther? What this
Yeah.
He's
The
a
bad
snake.
guy.
The
Oh,
bad
he's-
guy snake.
he's
he's
a
a snake. But he has like a normal ninja vibe, right?
Well, they
Mhm.
have like they have like this hierarchy of putties,
Yeah.
like the foot soldier putties, and then there's like dudes that look like him with the white face, and then they have different animals that are protruding from their foreheads,
That's cool.
Mm.
and they can turn
I
into
loved
whatever.
that.
Yeah, it's cool. They're Jungle Fury is cool like that. And so he turns into a snake because there's a snake coming out of his head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so.
But he gets Camille. He's like, "Hey, Camille, this Daishi guy, he's got to go."
Yeah, he doesn't respect us.
You
You know?
know,
And
yeah.
she's like, I would die for Daishi.
Yeah, he's like, if he was really this good, the Rangers would have been wiped out. Like, we gotta.
And
We-
he's right.
He is right. And he's a good villain. He's scary. You know?
Yeah.
But-
And then but then Camille, that's the best. She's like, I will die for Daishi. And then they
Yeah.
have this cool fight.
Yeah.
Their fight was sweet.
Yeah.
I love. Well, first of all, you gotta love villains that get to morph. You know,
Mhm.
and I like when that happens because they get to have these really cool costumes that don't look like Power Ranger suits, but they still look like suits. You know,
Yeah,
with,
that
like, a
was really
helmet,
cool.
You know,
Mhm.
So yeah, that was sweet. And then going down the stairs. I mean, it basically immediately became uh
Sentai footage.
Sentai footage.
Yeah,
Sorry, is what I was
yeah.
gonna say. Yeah.
But Camille in the normal footage, she was kicking butt, and she
Yeah.
even like it was like standing on a wall, Inception style. You know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, she was
Yeah.
doing like a full split against the wall.
Yeah. Uh,
That was
she's like,
awesome.
you traitor, you know, you're gonna die. And then yeah, then they morph, and then they have another cool fight, and then she like pretty much kills this dude, but then he rips off a fingernail because this guy's thing is he rips off a fingernail and he puts it on his chest, and like that's a life. He
Yeah.
has like video
yeah.
game lives.
Well, that was that you mean when he resurrects his like henchman or whatever?
No, like she gets like spit around him or something, and then he's like
Yeah.
getting engulfed in like this purple thing
It's
that's
like
like
a venom kind of thing.
yeah, and then he like
Oh,
he, like,
right,
stabs
right,
himself.
right.
yeah, then he like stabs himself with his nail, which he then explains like you made me use one of my lives, like
Right, right.
Which is
Uh,
funny because if he had so many lives, you would think he was like a cat or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because they're like temporary people, you know, like they're just henchmen. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know a lot about that.
Yeah.
But then she goes back to Daishi, and she's like, "Yo, he tried to betray us," and he's like, "Well, what are you gonna do about it?" Pretty
And then
much.
he gives her some advice of like consuming power versus deflecting power. And then she like baits the Power Rangers with that idea.
Oh well, yeah. Sorry, I really do like that scene where she confronts where Daishi, you know, the bad guy Snake Man gets kind of in her head a little bit, you know, because she has that scene with Daishi where she's like, well, like he says, you know, you don't like me, and he's like, well, of course you're my favorite, you know, like, as phony as you could possibly be.
Right.
But then you know he gives her genuine advice, which I
Mhm.
kind of liked, because you don't know this, Caitlin, but the
Mhm.
villain is possessed by like
the
he's
the
not really
boy.
Daishi. Like the body is another martial arts student that the villain is possessing and turning evil.
Oh.
But he was a
So-
jerk before
He
Daishi
was an
possessed
asshole
him.
before that. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
Our favorite, I don't know if our favorite scene, but
Yeah,
one of the opening scenes is he was supposed to be the leader, and Casey, the Red Ranger, was like the towel boy, and he
He's
was
like,
like,
yeah. He's like a fledgling. Yeah.
yeah, he's like, give me my towel boy, you know, whatever.
and he pushes him over.
Yeah, and then he gets like expelled because he was a
Yeah,
jerk.
they're like, you were mean for no reason. No Power Ranger for you.
Yeah.
Power Ranger power.
And then he gets possessed by the evil demon guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very
So
Shaolin
don't feel bad for
Showdown.
him.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, when moments like that happen, and she like obviously cares about what Daishi thinks, and you know, obviously you could just say he's giving her advice because he cares about them winning. But you kind of, I sort of like that. There's a couple layers there if you want to read into, oh well, maybe he does, or maybe there's a part of him that does care about Camille, and
Yeah.
maybe it's the part of him that's human, you know, that's
Mhm.
whatever. And it's just rare for Power Rangers to have those sort of nuanced moments like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, he says to absorb the attacks instead of block them, which, you know, at first I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, is she gonna get stronger from energy blasts? But I like how they kind of played it into a more like, it felt like a more martial arts answer or whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah, so then she baits the Rangers to coming out, and she does exactly that. I mean, they have a fight scene, good fight, but yeah,
Yeah.
they blast her with their cannon thing, and she absorbs the blast, and they're very confused about it.
Mhm.
that was awesome. I like
Yeah,
that.
and what I love is that like after the second one, they're like, what is she doing? And Theo goes, don't worry about it, just focus.
Yeah.
Shoot her again.
I like how they have their own thing going on too. You know, like we don't know who the leader is, but they all kind of come into focus in that fight, and they learn how to be a team again.
Yeah.
But it's sort of funny, you know, like Camille is over here being like, like, yes, the technique that Daishi, taught me is working. Like, I can't help but feel like if I was a Power Ranger, being like, what's Camille got going on? Like, that sounds really cool. Like,
Yeah.
Like-
Can you
like-
teach us how to do that?
Yeah.
like she learned a new martial. Like, oh man, we burnt some pizza.
Yeah. What did you think? Yeah, that's a good point because she was just toying with them to get the blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is episode 7. She probably could have wiped them with wiped the floor with them.
Oh, they're a new team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're rooting for Camille in this.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Camille. I
I was
wanted
like,
her to
get that
prove
power.
herself.
Yeah.
Because the Power Rangers win all the time. So if she won
Yeah.
to this week, it would be like, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which she does in this first battle. She takes it.
She does.
Yeah.
And
and
they're not working as a team, So
Yeah.
yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask Caitlin, what do you think of their suits?
I think they look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have like the belt breaking it up, so like we said, it kind of looks like pajamas sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a one piece kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I liked it. I thought they looked neat. I had to like remember that this is like early on in the season, so they really only have like one trick pony at the moment with
Yeah.
the giant gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
They
all
don't,
they
they don't
do.
even use their signature weapons that much.
Yeah.
No, but I think at first it took me a bit to get used to the suits. But
think I'm
I
so
like
used
the
to seeing
suits.
so many of them right now that I'm like I'm appreciating how different each team's costumes
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
That it doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, I still sometimes am like, do I like the glasses morphing thing?
That's a little weird.
I don't like the sunglasses that much only because it really clashes with their whole like traditional kung fu monk
Mhm.
thing that they have
Mhm.
going on. I mean, I know they work at a pizza restaurant, but it just felt like the sunglasses were a little bit like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was a little
remember
weird when he put
RJ
the
made
glass-
them?
yeah,
So RJ made those. So it's a very
Yeah.
RJ thing to do.
because he's like
Yeah.
a surfer guy. I get
Yeah.
that. I would buy that.
Well, what was
Um,
weird for me was when they put it on, and that was how Camille contacted them to bait them. He was like, "Oh, give me 1 second," and he walks over and takes his glasses and just starts talking to himself. Like any normal person would be like, "What the heck is going on?"
Right,
He's
like he's got
using
like
the
a mic
glasses
in
to
there.
be able to
Yeah.
communicate, and I
Yeah.
was like, "That's a bit weird."
Nowadays it's fine.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
would have made sense in whatever year this show came out.
Yeah.
Probably right.
But then they go back to the store and Fran is like, what the heck? You
Yeah.
left me.
It's like it's a hurricane.
That
hit
was-
it.
Poor Fran. I know what it's like to work at a pizza restaurant, and that was
Yeah.
not fair. And she can't do everything. They had to
Yeah.
work in the kitchen and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never worked at a pizza restaurant, but I've worked customer service, and I like you being left alone anywhere is like,
It's,
Oh,
it's
man.
terrifying.
yeah.
Well, and she justifiably quits because
Yeah.
they worked so hard. But when
Then,
go ahead.
oh, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
no. Go, well, no, it's
I was messing something up.
well, I was gonna say it comes later a bit, but when Casey gets her back and he offers her, what does he offer her? Like a triple,
Triple. her
Triple
salary.
bonus, yeah, triple salary.
3 times what she was making?
Mhm.
Like that's crazy. So like think about it. Like what was she making? I don't know.
Let's
$10
just
an hour.
if
She was
that.
making $10, $30 an hour. Like they're gonna go out of business. She thought that was crazy.
Well, didn't RJ say something later like you're gonna have to work we gotta pay
you're
this?
gonna have to work it off.
Yeah, you're gonna work to pay off the. Well, I mean, then he'll be working the rest of his life. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 of them aren't getting paid anymore.
Yeah. No. Well, they live there, so I guess that's how they pay. They're
Yeah.
paying their rent.
Yeah,
Free room and board, no pay.
Yeah. No pay. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm teaching you in martial art. I'm paying you in all the kung fu I'm teaching you.
Yeah. But-
And then what happens after that?
But yeah, they get her back,
Yeah.
and then they leave again.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They're
all right,
like,
Power
"Yeah, we got
Rangers."
you back. Here you go."
Yeah, but I mean, for $30,
Yeah.
I
Right.
would. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. $30 an hour. Yeah. Like, I guess I have to do 3 people's jobs now.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot the side plot where not really a side plot, it's kind of main plot, but our snake guy uses 3 of his lives to bring back
Oh, yeah.
other
2 of
villains.
his lives. Yeah.
2 of his lives, yeah.
They were cool. One was like a frog guy, and I can't remember what the other guy was. But yeah, and they had some good fights. There was a
Yeah.
lot of fighting. It was so funny because it really made up for how little fighting there was in the last episode we watched.
Right.
Yeah. But I thought that was smart, using 2 of your lives to bring back. Gotta
Mhm.
get the numbers up.
But he only
you know?
has three lives left. So
After that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's still better than
That's still
1.
kind of a lot,
Yeah.
I would roll the dice with that. I mean, you're never going to defeat the Power Rangers, but you know.
Yeah. And then, so he wrecks. The monsters are like a distraction. They go wreck in the city, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Camille has the showdown again with this dude.
Yeah.
Does
Oh
Daishi
my
morph?
God. Yeah, Daishi morphs
Yeah, he
in
does.
his throne room.
Oh, yeah. He attacks
Yeah.
him in the throne room. And then
Yeah.
Daishi just
They
like.
tried to assassinate him. That part was so cool. When like they're climbing, the one dude's like climbing on the ceiling, and they're all being all ninja about it. No one could kill Daishi. Yeah, that was sweet. We almost
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Uh,
But the
that
Camille,
was cool.
the Camille Snake guy fight is so good. It's
Mhm.
so awesome. I was like, wow, this is one of the best fights I've ever seen in Power Rangers.
yeah. They're always fighting in like canyon.
Yeah, some big canyon
No.
or the beach.
Yeah.
No, but I liked this scene because you see Daishi start fighting, but then Camille kind of takes over, and
Yeah.
she's like, "I want to fight for you," and he's like, "All right."
That's why I got you.
And then he gets away, and he's like, "Well, you wanted this. Go get him."
Yeah.
But Daishi, like, his suit looks so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
I
yeah.
think all of their suits are pretty cool.
Yeah.
The
You're
bad
right.
guys in this season are cool. Yeah.
But yeah, and then the Camille gets her fight. The Rangers, they don't even show up to the Camille fight. They're dealing with the guys in the
The
city.
other
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The frog
Um,
guy.
But yeah,
They
so then
kind of get like forgotten almost. You kind of forget that the Power Rangers are doing anything because you're so invested in Camille,
totally.
her fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the Rangers win their fight. That
Go
wasn't a
for it,
surprise.
yeah, easy.
And then Camille's fight was, like you said, super cool.
Yeah.
And then Daishi shows up and he tries to be like, look, you're he doesn't care about you. Like, why are you about to kill me? This guy, come
And then,
yeah,
and
be
then
with
he
me.
goes, "I've got 3 lives that I could use. I'll save you at any time," whereas he won't. And she's like thinking about it. She's like, "Those are some good points you've got."
Yeah. And you can tell, like, she's gonna turn around and kill the dude, but you can tell in her head this is really actually hitting a nerve,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
she's
she
really thinking
steals
about
his-
it.
She steals his things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, she
so-
cuts off
yeah.
his fingertips.
Yeah,
His
so she
paws. Yeah.
she turns around and she's like, I'm not gonna betray Daishi, and then cuts off the fingers and then kills the
Shoots
dude.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gnarly.
Yeah, with the blast she saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
And
giant
then
Dragon Ball Z blast.
And he was shocked because obviously he hadn't seen her do it yet. And so he was like, "What?"
Those are real anime vibes for sure. Yeah. We should watch the Sentai episode it's based on and see how hardcore it is.
Yeah.
Right? And
Anyway.
then she turns around to like be like, look what I did for you. And
Yeah, she was gonna give the lives to Daishi.
And then he's
Yeah.
gone,
Yeah. I
He-
love that.
keep them. Keep those
keep
lives,
those,
girl.
Camille. Yeah.
You're gonna need them.
Yeah. Ah, can't believe she was gonna give those lives to him.
Well, of
Well-
course. Like she's like been
Yeah.
so reeled in that this is the man that will, protect her when
Well,
it
when
really
we first meet her, she like comes out of a wall. It's like all she does is serve him. She's like, I've just been waiting in the wall for you.
that's what she thinks is her purpose. So now I hope that there's like a point in this show where Camille like breaks off and she's like Harley Quinn and Joker, like where Harley Quinn just
Mm.
breaks off and she realizes that she wasn't built to be like this like follower, and then she's like a baddie on her own.
Yeah.
I think there is something like that.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
haven't seen it, but this I'm it seems like that's where the story's
Yeah,
going.
I would be really shocked if they didn't like have this like female empowerment villain lady
What did she
Yeah,
say?
it's
trope.
what? No, I don't remember. What were you gonna say?
She meets up with Daishi again, right? And then and then I just remember Daishi is like, what was it? Like, I expect this, you
Yeah,
know?
he had a
Oh,
really
yeah.
hardcore line because he was like, like if you're waiting around for like a
Thank you.
like you're not gonna get it. Like
That was it.
he's like he's like your loyalty is what I expect or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And you can see that really hits home for her, that she's like, oh well.
It was super Kylo
you
Ren
too.
like or something,
Yeah.
yeah, or Vader, just very hardcore, and she's just there like mourning, like
Mhm.
I failed him.
Yeah.
That was
And
awesome.
then
Yeah.
what happens to the Power Rangers? I kind of forgot.
They beat the other guy, and then they go
RJ
back, and then RJ's back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like,
And
yeah, no fish for people.
We stopped
Yay.
everyone from fishing, and we owe Fran $1 million. Let's make some pizza.
We're out of business now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think what's funny is this is early. I think it's my favorite scene. One of my favorite scenes is earlier on in the show when they're all like fighting. The three of them are fighting and they're trying to decide who's the leader and everything. They're literally fighting in front of two customers at a table.
Oh,
And then they're
right.
like, we'll deal with this later. And then they go, so what can we get you? And the two people are gone.
Yeah, then you're gonna see him I mean, I would leave too. They're really way up in your space.
Right?
Like,
That
COVID.
scene made me giggle.
Yeah, that was really funny.
So,
They
yeah.
nailed all the slapsticky restaurant parts for sure.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, good lines. No, I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah.
No Megazords fight, which sucks because the Megazord fights in Jungle
Do they
Fury
have
are awesome.
Megazords yet? Have
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
learned?
they do. They have them in the
Oh, okay.
first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Camille has a little like fly guy. He's not in this
Ooh.
episode, but he's like a little like
she regurgitates a fly that
Yeah.
he's like a
Ugh.
ring announcer for the fights, like it's
It's-
a wrestling match.
it's so funny. He's like, and the Megazord hits the other guy.
Yeah, it's
this
the
is
Power
a
Rangers.
this is a one for the ages. Like, it's so funny.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's like the pro bending guy in Korra.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just finishing Korra, so
There
that's
you
what I was
go.
just about to say. I was like, oh, it sounds like the guy from Pro Bending.
I
Yeah.
think that guy's name is I can't remember. I used to remember.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Sweet. I think that thumbs up episode. I haven't
Yeah,
I
I liked it.
haven't seen a bad Jungle Fury episode yet.
No, it's a solid season for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Strong Sentai footage to base off though.
Mhm,
yeah.
that'd be
Next
cool.
week we'll do Dino Charge.
Purple.
Have you watched a Dino Charge? I feel like it's been a while.
We
I
watched Dino Charge a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
We watched the one with like
Wait,
the
did I
you
see
really
it?
do love me, whatever. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels maybe like we have
Yeah.
because they came back for that one episode we reviewed with
Oh,
when Jason comes back.
Jason.
But yeah, this would be a good one. Sweet. We recorded this episode early, so if there was like some breaking news
Big
thing,
news.
Yeah, Power Rangers is over.
yeah.
No more.
Well, Oh, and also, wait, it's not the new year, right?
I think
New
it
Year is this week.
New Year's
it's
is
coming
this
up.
week.
It's
Yeah.
coming this. Okay, well, have
Yeah.
a happy
We'll
new
see
year.
you all next year.
I'll see y'all next year.
Yeah.
2021. Hopefully it's a better,
Do, do, do,
Right?
do, do, do,
I
do.
actually used that joke today to my therapist because I won't see her until January. And so I was like, I'll see you next year. And she went, ha.
Yeah, that's like
People
I
are
was
dead.
like,
People are
it's like,
dead.
mind you, if you're listening to this, it's December like 15th. So
Yeah.
it's like 3 weeks ahead of time.
yeah.
This
Oh.
I know, I
it's
keep
not a
thinking like,
funny
oh my
joke yet,
God.
apparently.
2021. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
Right?
This is such old
on.
news by the time this comes out, but it kind of makes you think if Power Rangers was owned by Disney, like they would have announced like 5 Power Ranger shows, like they did for everything at that Disney
Oh my
investor
gosh,
meeting.
right?
You know?
Well, Hasbro's got to have something up their sleeves because that's all they have,
yeah.
Right?
They have to have an investor meeting.
Yeah.
When's the freaking Last Christmas guys Snake Eyes movie coming out?
Oh yeah.
From
Right.
G.I. Joe. So
Oh,
I just
right?
we should make a mock-up of like how that would have looked at this Disney investor meeting. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh, and our new show, Tommy.
Tommy Origins.
Yeah, Tommy Origins.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had to say 5 things they probably would have made, what do you think they would have been? I think
Well, go ahead.
like it would have been like Slayer for Ranger Slayer. She would have had her.
Oh yeah, her own show.
Yeah. I think they would have given Zordon a prequel show.
Oh.
Bulk and Skull animated series.
Oh, okay. All right.
Where they go throughout the Power Ranger multiverse.
Oh, they would have done a like the Phantom Ranger.
Oh right, you mean from Turbo?
Ooh.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
who he is. He would have
You
been the
don't know anything about
Mandalorian.
him. Yeah. The Ninjor Blue Centurion show.
Okay.
They probably
Yeah.
would have done like a kind of like what they did with the X-Men, where they have like the new X-Men and the old X-Men like
Yes.
in a parallel universe. Like parallel universes collide.
That'd be cool if it was like a new team meets an old team.
Yeah.
that-
like the newest team meeting like the Mighty Morphin or something.
You know, there'd definitely be like a reboot on the slate with like a super diverse team.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Disney, I can think of a million things.
I think it'd be funny. Someone should make. It'd be costly, but it'd be so funny to have like a cops parody of SPD. Of like,
Oh yeah.
of
Every
like,
episode.
yeah.
Like this time on SPD.
Yeah, you're like chasing down like a bat creature or something, you know?
Right.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
See, yeah. What else?
Yeah.
Or like the new kind of form of animation, like the Teen Titans Go, but Power Rangers.
Oh, like a cute parody. That
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Only
Right.
dream. That'd be funny. But
Power
yeah.
Ranger babies. Yeah.
Sweet. I think that's it. Until next
Okay.
week. Yeah. Till the new
Alright.
year, like you said.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's not
Wow.
less phenomenal. It's
It's
more phenomenal.
phenomenal.
yes.
Yeah, that was
a
pretty good.
one.
That was a
I
good
felt
one.
it in my soul.
Nice.